What if I tell you that the most cinematic shots you have ever seen were filmed on a small camera or even a phone? You don't need expensive or high-end tool to get cinematic shots, because cinematic doesn't come from your camera, it comes from you.
We love to believe that cinematic comes from specs, from sensors, codecs, resolutions, as if the right gear would magically turn our footage into art.
But the reality is,
it comes from how you see light, how you frame a moment, how you move, and how you tell a story. People say better gear means better films. Spoiler, it doesn't. Because if your shot has no intention, no emotion, no meaning, then it doesn't matter whether it was filmed in 8K or on a 10-year-old phone. So let me show you something different. Something that might change the way you think about filmmaking forever. When I started filmmaking or content creation, I spent hours on YouTube trying to figure out the best camera setup and the perfect gear. Most people think expensive, high-end tools instantly make your footage look cinematic. But honestly, I'm convinced that this is not true. In this video I will show you why it's actually better to start with a smaller, more affordable setup, especially one that's simple to use and not overloaded with settings. Because in the end, the best camera is the one you actually know how to use. All these shots were filmed with my iPhone 16 Pro, my Sony Alpha 6700 and the DJI Air 3S. And none of that gear matters if your shots don't have character. When you start using a new camera, it always takes some time until your shots look the way you want them to. Every camera model is a little different and you first need to figure out how it works. The more advanced the camera and the more settings it has, the harder it actually can get to capture good shots, especially when you're just starting out. I know there are people out there saying your camera needs to shoot in progress, or the higher the resolution, the better your footage will look in post. But the truth is, codecs, resolution and even image quality don't matter much if your footage has no character and tells no story. A shot's character is something really hard to explain, but you can feel it the moment you watch it. It's not about resolution, it's not about image quality, and no one cares if it was shot in 8-bit or 10-bit. What grabs attention is meaning. It's about shots that make people feel something. The thing is, when you really know your camera, when you're familiar with your setup, you don't waste energy by getting lost in the settings. You just can go out, shoot. You focus on finding the right angles, on capturing the right moment, on telling something with your shot. Don't get me wrong, some people can absolutely do both at the same time, but especially when you're just getting started, your attention is limited and there are so many things to recognize while shooting. So spend it where it really counts, on the story, not on the settings. Small cameras are lightweight and flexible. Shooting with your phone or a compact APS-C setup gives you more freedom. And let's be honest, you're way more likely to carry it with you than a big, heavy, expensive camera. And the more you have your camera with you, the more footage you will shoot, and the more footage you shoot, the higher your chances of capturing something truly epic. Same goes for your gear. A heavy camera usually means heavy accessories. With smaller setups, you avoid a lot of limitations, especially when you're filming in public spaces. Big cameras, tripods, cages, they draw attention. People might stop you and ask, "What are you filming?" or even tell you to stop filming. But when you shoot with your phone or a compact mirrorless setup, no one really cares. These days, even gimbals are so common that they barely raise eyebrows. Traveling with small gear is just easier. You pack exactly what you need, nothing more. And if you want to travel light, this is definitely the better option. And when it comes to accessories, mounts, arms, tripods, you don't need the biggest or most expensive ones. Small cameras are light, and that makes them easy to rig, even on standard gear. Another huge plus of using compact cameras or mobile phones is how easily you can place them in creative angles. You can shoot from spots that would be almost impossible with larger setups. Mounted on top of a door to show you entering a room through tight gaps, or handheld from low or high perspectives. These kinds of unconventional angles immediately grab the viewer's attention. They spark curiosity, and that's what keeps people watching. One example for a practical and compact accessory is this free arm suction mount from Telesin. They sent me this mount to try it out, and honestly it fits perfect to my current setup. I've often tried to capture shots of myself driving the car from inside and outside, and every time mounting the camera securely was a challenge. But with this mount, it's super easy and quick to set up. It attaches to any smooth surface and holds everything rock solid. So if you want to try it out for yourself, I've linked the product below. And with the code Manuel25 you will get 15% discount of all the products they offer. Everything I've learned by doing, by messing up, by experimenting. When I first started, I had this huge drive to be creative. I wanted to make something that felt like me, but honestly, it didn't work out the way I imagined. There is so much going on when you're starting out. Too many things to think about, and all that noise in your head can completely block your creativity. So here is my advice. Start by creating what creators you like are doing. Copy their shots, try their styles, just get your hands dirty. And I promise, your own ideas will start to show up. Maybe not tomorrow, but they will. For me, filmmaking was never about switching on the camera and magically getting perfect results. That has literally never happened to me. Every location, every day brings new challenges. Filmmaking in reality is more like solving problems over and over again. But don't let that scare you. Let it excite you. You don't need permission, you don't need better gear, you just need to start. Embrace the process and you will be amazed at what happens once your creativity begins to flow. That's pretty much all I wanted to share for now. If this video helped or inspired you, feel free to subscribe. I've got more coming soon about real-world filmmaking, storytelling and gear that actually makes sense. And hey, if you're curious about how I use my drone to tell stories, check this out. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.